What's going on, world? What's going on? Welcome to episode 23. I'm on Bluntz, Coffee, and Tea. I'm your host, Loso.
And it's your girl, Nique. How y'all doing?
DJ Official would have been here. That's our new co-host, by the way. For those of you who don't follow us on Instagram and Facebook or Twitter, I don't know why. You should follow us.
Right. Go ahead and follow us at Bluntz, Coffee, Tea.
Exactly. I don't know why you interrupted me. We don't got enough time as it is.
I'm just
let me stop. Let me stop. I'm just messing with you, Neek. All right. Today's episode is entitled "Fuck You," and this particular "fuck you" is to a certain group of people. Now, for the fact that I'm doing this in my damn work clothes, I haven't even showered yet, but I want to bring something out to the listeners because I really respect y'all. I really appreciate y'all. I don't bullshit when I say, like, I really love all the support, all the sharing, everything that you guys do for us, especially because, you know, we work so damn much. Like, a lot of y'all do a lot of the legwork for us. Now, for those of you who don't remember DJ Official, he was on the episode a while back. He would have been here, but he has to take care of his kid, you know. So, you know, that comes before anything. And I always applaud a man, you know, especially a brown man or, you know, just a minority man, period, in the hood, taking care of the kids. So, like, you know, we'll have him on for the next episode we're about to have with a guest. So, you know, we'll properly introduce him there. I just wanted to let you guys know that that he's going to be the guest. G is currently incarcerated. Free my guy. You know, he got into a little situation. You know, this podcast, even though, you know, we're a humble people, you know, still in the hood, we still live, you know, certain some of us still, you know, not that we live in the streets, but, you know, sometimes you can't get away from a certain environment that you're in. That's what I'm going to say about that situation. You know, there's all love. You know, he's always got a place on this show, so I don't want anybody to think.
Yeah, and we got to keep it 100 with y'all, because I know y'all be asking, you know, what's going on with our boy G, but that's what's going on.
Yeah. But other than that, you know, like I said, like, you know, much love to G's family. I know G's family watches, so, you know, if you want to donate, you know, if you go to the Cash App and Bluntz Coffee and Tea, you can actually, if you just put a note saying, you know, something for G, you know, I'll make sure that it gets to his family. Again, if you have Cash App, just use the Cash App tag Bluntz Coffee and Tea, and you can donate something to him. Any little thing will help. Trust me, I'll make sure he'll get to it. Now, without that out the way, why am I doing this podcast in my damn work clothes? Well, we had an episode, but dude.
Did we have the story time music? Because it's a whole story.
No. I'm not gonna make it a whole story, dude. This episode is really for one thing and one thing only. Is to keep it 100 with you guys. I don't owe nobody else shit, but my listeners, I feel like I owe. I didn't have to do this. I know I didn't have to do this. I know a lot of y'all would have want me to do it, rather me just relax anyway. But I owe y'all, and you know, and like I said, when I first started this show isn't anything other than realness. You know, a lot of the topics we have, yes, we have guests. Yes, we talk about random, but all the stuff that we talk about is just stuff that y'all already talk about. We just do it amongst us and we bring y'all into the fold so you guys feel like you in it. And the majority of people, that's exactly what they say. They say, you know, I feel like I'm there. You know, there was a guy, shout out to the guy that was quarantined in South Korea. You know, he was using this podcast to, you know, get through the time and shit. You know, it's shit like that I really be thinking about. And I really, like, appreciate, you know, those type of listeners, all listeners. But, you know, it's when I hear things like that and I see the comments and I see the support, it's why I'm like, damn, I got to put something out. It's not fair to them, you know, but also, you know, it was technical difficulties and it was just a lot of funny shit going on. And I wasn't able to release the episode that I really wanted to release and everything. Now, if that guest wants to come back on a later date and we could try again, yeah, but there's going to be some, you know, new rules going around and shit before that happens. One thing I realized is that, you know, I try to have guests just to switch it up, but I just realized I didn't need guests every week. And, you know, I want more guests like Shasha that's interesting, that, you know, really bring something to the table, you know, so the listeners can enjoy themselves. Not somebody that's just too busy bigging themselves up and, you know, not bringing something for you guys. Because that's my most important thing. Because I know you guys don't want to hear. No, most of you guys are not even in the city I'm in. don't want to hear about these random ass people up here unless they got something to say.
Right.
So, I'm paying more mind to that. Now, I know a lot of people that listen to this don't live in the hood, but unfortunately this podcast is in the hood or as in a place that claims to be a hood. And so, just like everywhere else, there's always some weird, funny shit that goes on. Throughout this journey, I have been very quiet about who I am because I don't really see myself as anybody. I don't think I'm anybody. Neek and DJ Official are more somebody than I am. I just always happen to be in the right place, around the right circles of people, and I wind up meeting great people and wind up going great places. And those journeys, crazy as it is, help entertain the podcast. But I don't look at myself as somebody that, is special on him, on the forefront. Like Loso, y'all don't know who the fuck Loso is. Who the fuck is Loso? And everything. So that's my mission is, so y'all can understand and feel like you guys know a part of me. You may not know all of me, but you know a part of me. So for those that is not having clear or just tuning in, I'm going to explain who I am real quick. And I'm going to explain DJ Official. And then I'm going to let Neek introduce herself properly this time. So I'm going to start with me. I was incarcerated for a while, about almost 10 years collectively. I was in the streets, but I never looked at myself like a street dude. I just happened to just be a dude in the streets. I got money, I hustled here, hustled there. But really, it was just so I could party with my friends and shit, go out of state, fuck bitches. And, that's really what I did. I didn't think I was some type of baller or some big-time drug dealer. I got it where I fit in, made my little chicken / money for those that don't understand what that meant.
I was like,
and yeah, I got back in my mode real quick. You see how I just get in my mode. But then I got out, and then I was a broke ass motherfucker. And any money that I made, and anything that I accumulated was gone like this. It didn't matter. No, everybody forgot about me. I was, I wasn't anything. Wind up doing something stupid again and getting sent back in. And then that's when everything hit me. And when I realized this is what that jail shit is not what I want my life to be. And so, me and my boy, we was watching some podcasts on the TV, and that's how this show was created. DJ Official has been a DJ in the city of Springfield, Massachusetts, for a few years now. He's been started out young. He produces. He has a few songs out on Apple Music and Spotify. Check him out at DJ Official 413. Mm-hmm. One of my personal favorites is his song Roxanne. Was what I think we actually played that song.
Yeah, so
on
check
one
out
of the
that
episode
on White Fact Dudes and Winning.
Quick story of how he actually came on to it. I needed help. I've been overworked. A lot of this stuff that you see here, a lot of the stuff that you see online and everything is 100% done by me. I don't ask for any other help because Neek has a whole fucking career that she has to do, and it's just lucky just to have her just to do this. And G, God bless him, G tried, as much as he possibly could. But, G also had a personal life and family he had to take care of. So it was hard to really teach him what I needed to teach him. So then it was all left to me. And after a while, I was getting stressed out because on the top of this, I'm building a company on the side of this, on top of working, on top of teaching myself schooling for business. And then this. I tackled so much because I thought I could handle it, and then everything just crashed. And I really started, getting depressed, taking things out on people I didn't really need to take out on. And I just want to apologize to Neek, to all the listeners, everybody that's rocked with me. It hasn't been an easy week for me. And I was really about to just give up and just let Nick and DJ Official have this and just walk away from it. Because it's not that it's not my passion, but I'm a realistic person. And, I didn't go into this thinking, I'm going to have 1 million subscribers, I'm going to be a movie star, this and that. Like a lot of these people with these dreams.
Right.
I just wanted this platform because I know I can get interesting people and maybe, maybe get a little bit of sponsorship money on the side to help with what I got going on. But then people really started listening, and so I started taking it more serious because, you know, I'm a perfectionist and I have OCD. So I'm never satisfied, you know. Even how the show looks now, I always get told it's great, great. I'm still not done with how I want the show to look.
Seen great yet.
Yeah, like I haven't like begun the amount of ideas, equipment that I want to get is ridiculous. And y'all know. So let's get off with all that. Let's get off with what this episode, why I'm calling this episode the Fuck You episode. Because you know, on this journey of podcasting and learning how to podcast, you know, I reached out to a lot of people, and you know, it's good and bad, and I've heard similar experiences from other podcasters. So I don't think, you know, I don't want to act like, you know, my experience is the most unique experience, but only podcasters that I know that are, you know, in big cities or in the hoods and shit run into this kind of problem that I've been running into. I'm originally from New Jersey, and I was actually on a podcast down there. I'm not going to say the podcast name because fuck them. It was a little situation that wound up happening, and somebody basically, the short end of it is somebody misread this humbleness and asked the wrong type of questions. And then it became a situation that it didn't need to be. And, you know, there's that. Then there's situations where I reach out to podcasters and, you know, I get faded. Which, by the way, you're a new podcaster. You know, I wasn't on YouTube yet. I get it. I didn't expect too many people to rock with you. But what I didn't expect was podcasters to be like, don't go on, you know, his show, or don't fuck with him and stuff like that.
That shady stuff.
Yeah. Like, that's weird. You know, this whole thing is supposed to be a community thing, right? It's supposed to be like, you know, I have a podcast, you have a podcast. Let's both engage each other. Maybe our listeners will listen to yours and your listeners listen to mine. That's pretty much how the hustle is of podcasts. Or you would think.
You would think that.
You would think that. But then, you know, when you and I hate to say it, but it's always your own. Even white people, I see white people nick at each other all the time. White podcasters against all the white podcasters on one of the podcasting communities I'm on. One chick was complaining that, you know, somebody stole her episode. And I was just like, you know, not for nothing, there's no such thing as stealing an episode unless you have a script and they stole your script. If you're talking about R. Kelly or Garth Brooks, so is everybody else. So is everybody else. So, you know, if you're talking about sex, somebody else is going to talk about sex. Maybe somebody is talking about it the same episode you are. Oh, well, so what? It's called competition and everything. May the best podcaster win. You know, there's just this whole... I thought we was Americans. I really thought we was Americans. I thought this was capitalism. I thought this was a capitalist society. I thought competition was encouraged, not shut down. That's what I thought. That's what communism is. Like, only one person could control whatever is shit, or dictatorship, or whatever you want to fucking call it, right? That's that. The other thing is, I've actually tried to get guests from this local area. I'm not even going to say what city this fucking town is. And, you know, people would either say yeah and then back out at the last minute and then go brag to other people that they didn't come on my show. Like, I don't know what the fuck is that even supposed to mean. Or you supposed to be like, oh yeah, he asked me, but I'm like, whatever. Is that supposed to make you feel important? Is that supposed to make the people you said that to more important? Am I supposed to feel hurt? I'm telling you right now, I don't give a fuck. What that does is just, all it does is make me say, fuck this city, fuck everybody in this city. I don't need any guests from this city. I can pull guests from New York. I can pull guests from Jersey, Connecticut, anywhere surrounding this area or the next city over. I chose to because I figured I showed some love. But I feel like I haven't been getting the love I'm supposed to get. You know, if you're thinking about a podcast and you're in the hood, you're going to deal with a lot of bullshit, right? But just know that you don't give up and ignore it. Don't make people who want to treat it like the rap game or whatever get in your head, or other podcasters trying to discourage you. if this is what you really want to do, just like anything else, you just gotta keep working on it, keep working on it, keep working on it.
And that's like the general message, right? Like in life, like I'm sure, and comment on our YouTube channel if you can relate, right? That there's plenty of times and spaces where you're just trying to do your own thing. You're just trying to make it. You're just pursuing your dream. Like, this is our message of saying, like, go ahead and pursue your dream, because no matter what, even if it's a podcast, either it's like that position you want in work, whatever that dream may be, maybe you want to start your own YouTube channel, like there's always going to be people that you assume is going to be supportive of you that are not, who don't give you the same energy back.
And just because people are supporting you doesn't mean that they're listening.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Just because you got a bunch of cheerleaders telling you, yeah, like your shit is good, if your numbers don't show it, it doesn't mean shit. People have embraced podcasting more than ever, and it's a great thing. We just started it, but I've noticed that people coming off the gate like they're celebrities. Like,
but that's everything though. That's the thing I'm trying to say. Like,
and rap. I have rappers, R&B singers that are not famous yet, that are acting like they hot shit. I'm telling you right now, and I'm looking right at the camera. If you're an artist, right? I don't care where you at. If you're an artist and you don't got at least gold, don't come up here thinking you hot shit, because you not. We are offering this platform to you. I am offering my listeners to you. You got to fucking respect them, or I just won't have none on the show. It's as simple as that for me. And I'm going to make this clear one more time. Unless you have at least gold, you walk up in here and you humble yourself and you humble my listeners. And even if you have gold or whatever, if you're going to come in here, you're going to vibe. It's not just going to be just about you. It's because it's really about the listeners. Mm-hmm. This is not about me. This is not about... If it wasn't about the listeners, I wouldn't even been here. Now, I'm going to give myself 5 more minutes and then I'm passing it to her. And I'm going to shut the fuck up. I just want to say these last few things. I welcome anybody here. Black, white, Chinese, avatar. I don't give a fuck.
Avatar.
Gay, straight, whatever. Podcaster, artist, regular person that got a crazy story. But what I'm not going to tolerate is if you're going to come on here and not show love. Just show love. Show the same love that we're showing you. If not, there's like a million podcasts now. You can go on one of them. But here we just deal with realness.
Right. And we said this last episode, so come correct. Like, be humble. And that's just like the general message of life.
I could brag about a lot of things that I don't brag. I'm gonna brag about Neek and DJ Official right now, real quick. I'm gonna hold off on my bragging though. Because y'all always say I talk too much as it is. And so, I'm not even being called narcissist. I seen that comment, and don't think I ain't seen that comment. But I wanted to say some things, right? This show was built from the ground up with my money and with the support that I had. This wasn't with no PPP shit. This wasn't no, daddy's money. This was work. This was blood, sweat, and tears that was put here. I didn't rent no ranky-dink studio. I don't do no corny-ass live shows. I deal with realness. I don't come in here act like I'm bougie. That's why I'm in my work clothes right now. I know it may not look like work clothes, but you trust me, this shit's dirty as fuck right now. Just to show, this, so everybody can understand that we deal with realness here. Be yourself. Not for ours, but for the listeners. Because the listeners that listen are tired of the corny and fake shit anyway. That's why they like this show. Now, I'm really about to do some shit right now. Let me explain to you. DJ Official, he really isn't anybody outside the city he is. But the connections that he made and the hunger that he has, if he just sticks to it, he's going to go places. Because he already has literally 1 foot in the door. He has already met with celebrities. He already done songs with certain rappers. He just needs to find himself. Maybe this podcast will help. Now, Neek, tell everybody who you really are. Like, who you really, really are.
Where to start?
And list all your accomplishments. Because I have a point after she's done. Don't be bashful. Don't be shy.
Yo, it's crazy to like talk about yourself in a way that like, you know, because I don't do that whole boosting myself. So a lot of y'all like follow me on social media, follow me at Ms. Nique on Instagram and the Shanique on Twitter. But I'm Jamaican. I'm from Kingston, Jamaica. So you probably heard that in a couple episodes. So if you're new, listen through that. I'm from Kingston, Jamaica. My family's been business owners in Massachusetts for like 13 years. And right now, like professionally, I'm a political organizer. And as you've learned 2 episodes ago, I work for Planned Parenthood in Massachusetts, but I work for the Advocacy Fund. But my background is in politics, political organizing, lobbying. That's pretty much what I do professionally. So I've worked for some big known U.S. senators running their campaign. I'm basically, for folks who are unfamiliar what political organizers are, if you ever watch Scandal, I do like what she does, less without the murders, you know, and the covering up the bodies. But I'm who you call if you're trying to win an election, basically. I'm who you call if you're trying to pass a piece of legislation.
So all you politicians that watching on the low might want to holler at her.
That's what I do. And I've been, you know, doing that for 10 years. So I've worked on anything from the rise in minimum wage. I've worked on sick time campaigns, so ballot initiatives. I've got a lot of wins under my belt to be just discreet. But yeah, I started really working in politics after I became a naturalized citizen of America and started for the first time participating in a voting process. So that really just went from me volunteering to being just like this super organizer out here and statewide. But I'm also I'm an unsung heroine. I was awarded by the state legislator for being a activist, community activist in the state. So it's an award that's given out once a year to a woman by the Women's Commission, the statewide Women's Commission, for a woman that has done a lot of activism in their community. And I was actually that year the youngest to have ever received the award in the city. And then I'm a commissioner. So I was also appointed to the Women's Commission in my area. And I spent about 3 of those years as the vice chair of the commission. What else? I've worked for the Democratic Party of Massachusetts, and I'm also a state committee member.
But we do not show any favor to any political party on this show. I want to make that clear. Very clear.
Yeah.
She is a Democrat and everything, but I'm not.
Right.
I'm not a Republican either, but I'm not a Democrat.
Exactly.
So for everybody, just to be clear, I'm gonna say this one last time. This show has no political favors whatsoever. No favoritism whatsoever on either side.
Right.
I make sure of that. Trust me.
I also don't work for an organization that has political sides. Like, we're a non-profit, nonpartisan organization. We just work on issues that may lean towards one party versus another. But like ballot campaigns I've done ballot campaigns, and those are not party. They're just issue campaigns. They're not actually party affiliated. But in my personal life, like, these are other things that I do in community. So I'm a state committee member for the Democratic Party, and I'm also a vice chair for the city that I live in, a vice chair, like female vice chair for the Democratic Party in the city, and also a chair of a ward committee.
Don't you know the Attorney General for the state also?
Oh, yeah. I'm also an advisor to the Attorney General on the Racial Justice and Equity Committee. So I also do a lot of like organizing in the community around Black and brown issues.
And my homegirl is a mean poet. And I actually want y'all to listen to one of the poets. Because Didn't you win a prize for one of them or some shit?
Yeah, I could do that one for y'all. I brought in Los already put me on
and
game.
she could sing a little bit too.
Oh,
if you wanna just sing a little something real quick. There's a reason why I'm doing this, and I'm gonna explain it. I promise you, Nick. There's a reason for putting you on the spot. Trust me. There's a reason. Just sing a little something, just like 10 seconds, so you can hear your voice real quick.
Oh, we starting with the singing verse?
Yeah, we're going to start with the singing verse. Come on.
All right. Last night I cried, tossed and turned, woke up with dry eyes, my mind was racing, feet was pacing. Lord help me, please tell me what I have gotten into. Ran my 3 miles to clear my mind.
All right, that's enough. That's enough. She was about to go in. Let me hear that poem. I'm gonna let you. We're gonna close it out with Neek's poem, and then I'm gonna explain why I did all this and everything.
Okay, so for this is so before I was in politics and while I did undergrad, like I did a lot of spoken word and open mic stuff, and that was kind of like my hustle. Like I would do like competitions, things like that, because I was putting myself through school. I needed to make a little side money. I was doing a lot, but poetry has been something that I've just been doing, and a lot of people in the community as I was growing up here in the United States and in the city really put me on. So like shout out to like Soul Fighter, who like really like saw my talent at 13 and really put me in that sort of wave and really boosted me. So I just want to show him some love because that's still somebody I talked to today.
All right, shout out to him. All right, spit the poem and then we'll be out of here.
So this piece is called What It's Like to Be in Love with You, and it's been forever since I did it, so I might have to look at my notes for a little bit. So it's called What It's Like to Be in Love with You. Sometimes loving you makes me reminisce about what it was like when we were 9. When conversation hearts and Valentine cards with uneven handwriting spelt be mine meant I was yours. When we colored together or played jacks on the floor, hopscotch and climbed trees, you were just a mystery to me, just a boy to me, trading lunches and slipping notes to me. Recess, meet me under the tree. And nervously you placed a sticky kiss to my cheek, and I smiled shy because that meant you loved me. It was primary. But eventually, I never knew that evidentially all that is left in elementary. And now when I cry, it's not because I scraped my knees, because you left me. Put a gun to my heart and left me to bleed into the concretes of the streets we used to play hopscotch on. Must have did something wrong. Couldn't run fast enough, so I was always it, like dodgeball or always missed. And just like then, I run and I run and I run, but I just can't catch you. And you'll never let me win. It's not like when we were kids, holding hands isn't enough anymore. I gotta get on my knees on the floor and play jacks like a whore, and you wonder why we feel bitter and scorned, why we don't love you anymore. But this isn't about me. It's about every woman like me. It's about every man we have ever loved who have left. Cried at the barrel of a gun. It's not like you have remorse. Killing us is not something you have to force. Goodbye is easy for you, and now we're broken into two, jumping off bridges and slitting wrists for you. Letting go is too hard, but we still see you jumping off swings and landing far. This isn't easy. Sweet words turn venomous. You tricked us, and now we're nasty. A bitch dried up like stale black licorice. We no longer wear ribbons with little clippy clips that match our Sunday dress. We are a mess, pulled from the internet as a pornographic queen, made so you can live out your fantasy. And this is how you envision me? You must, like a slut, because that's all you rhyme about. Paint pictures on TV about Victoria's Secret, image me to be about magazine, image me to be about. Slip from my bed and whisper to your friends, my name is to be about. Size 6 girls sitting slipping into size 3s because that's what you want us to be about. And when innocence is lost, what is the cost? Everything you want makes me a cunt, and now you become a magician with your disappearing stunts, and we try to glue together a fragmented soul gone numb with elementary dreams of shared bubble gum, and our battered up faces cry to the sun for our spirits undone. But this isn't about me. It's about we. It's about Eve, throwing ourselves over bridges and drowning into our servitude to you. This is about Adam too. So we hand you the poison fruit so you may die too and burn in the very same sun and be reborn in the ashes of my flesh into the mind of my sex. into the feelings and emotions of a fool and understand through eyes like mine what it's like to be in love with you. Your love is hypocritical and complicated and has left me sedated, dreaming little girl dreams. Elementary was best, yes, 'cause love then was easiest.
Damn. Woo! My fault. I got caught up. I was like, damn. Yo, people don't know, I'm actually really into poetry. And I write, but I'm not that right there. My poetry is just more like self-expressions and things that I just think of that I just put on paper.
You ain't shy. You got some good stuff, bro.
Nah, I don't got nothing like you. But anyway, here's the point I'm trying to make. Poet, politician, activist, hard worker, college educated, Black queen. She offers up her place for the studio. Any guest that comes in, she does her best. I mean, her best to make them feel welcome and make them feel like they're the star. I don't know why. When she's the real fucking star. The whole reason I made this show was for people like Star, her, so they can have a platform. So hopefully that more people can see them, because I feel like they deserve to be seen. I know a lot of people think this podcast really is about me, but in case people don't realize, I don't really talk about me. I talk a lot. I really don't talk about me. Talk mostly about everybody else.
Yo, those are making me all emotional and shit.
And when I say like, all I want is just people to see what I see in these people. I really mean that. Like, I really mean that shit in the bottom of my soul, because my opportunity was taken from me a long time ago. And so when I see people that have that little shine and it needs to be just light up a little bit more, I can't help. If they're around me, I can't help but try to help them, especially if I have something that might be able to help them. So when you come in here, make sure you come correct with this queen. Make sure you come correct with us. Make sure you come correct with our listeners. That's all I ask. Now, for those that follow on social media, people are gonna realize I'm gonna stop being less humble. Because one thing I do not appreciate is people misreading us. We're real people. But at the same time, Neek has a certain image Neek needs to uphold. Not me. Consider that however you want to take it. Just know, come respect us. Come vibe with us. And respect our listeners. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm sorry that this had to be a short episode. I'm sorry I had to do this hood shit, dumb shit, and everything. But, this is just not for where we at. This is for all places. You're seeing these podcasts. A lot of people are getting really bougie, really quick. And it's fucking up the game. And I just want people to understand, for those that really want to vibe with us, for those, if you need help, want to start your podcast and you follow us, you can hit me up. I have no problem helping the next person. I want to see everybody get money. Only time I'm ever going to stop somebody from getting money if they stop me. So, we'll see you next week. We'll have a banging episode. The funny's coming back, all right? The funny's going to come back. We'll come back with some funny stories, some shit for y'all to laugh at and vibe with.
Mm-hmm. And some real conversations with unpopular opinions, because Loso gonna say some shit we don't agree with. As per usual.
I'm never gonna hold my tongue.
I'm gonna be outnumbered once again.
And I don't expect y'all to hold y'all tongue. Also,
non-binaries.
Check the new website, www.bluntzcoffeetea.com. You can now leave voice messages on there, and I will play it on this motherfucker. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say that again, www.bluntzcoffeetea.com. Make sure you go on there if you want to be on the next episode. The next episode is entitled "Why Do Women Hustle Harder Than Men Now?" Something like that. But it's going to be. I gotta fix the title, but it's going to be something on that lines and shit. And we also have one of my weed dealers coming in. Hey. And she's gonna have a whole bunch of stuff to see. You're gonna see. Anyway, also follow us on Bluntz too. For all those that listen, and for those that watch but don't listen, you can listen to us on our podcast anywhere you get your podcast. That's Apple, Spotify, Audible, all of them, Google, wherever you get podcasts. Chances are you can find Bluntz Coffee and Tea. So like I said, if you're watching, go listen. If you're listening, go watch. And I love you guys.